All right, let's jump right into this explainer because we really need to address the massive elephant in the room regarding the current state of AI and specifically prompt engineering. If you've been following the AI space for the last couple of years, you know exactly the wild roller coaster we're talking about here.
I mean, think back to just 2 years ago. The entire internet was practically screaming the exact same narrative, right? It was all, become a prompt engineer, no coding required, no degree needed, make 300 grand a year. It was kind of pitched as the ultimate get-rich-quick myth. But then, fast forward 12 months, and the headlines completely flipped on us. Suddenly, they're claiming the role is totally dead, that AI is just going to prompt itself, and we should all just stop wasting our time. So, which is it?
Well, the source data reveals something pretty surprising. 3 times, 3x. Now, while it's true that the generic, standalone job title of prompt engineer did decrease by about 30%, the headlines entirely miss the actual story. Because the number of roles across industries that actually require prompt engineering skills, they tripled in that exact same period. They didn't decrease, they didn't stay flat, they tripled.
So, here's our roadmap for today. To uncover the truth about this maturing career, we'll cover the myth versus reality, redefining the role, the 4 career paths, the 2026 skill stack, global salary realities, and finally, an actionable 90-day plan.
Okay, Section 1, redefining the role and what it actually means today. You know that 2022 idea of just typing out some clever instructions? Yeah, that is wildly outdated at this point. A modern prompt engineer is really the person who designs how AI systems communicate, both with the humans using them and the data they process. They sit at this incredibly cool intersection of language, logic, and machine behavior. Seriously, calling a 2026 prompt engineer someone who just writes prompts is literally like calling a software architect someone who just types code. It just completely misses the depth of the work. Today, these are the folks giving an AI system its voice, its reasoning structure, and its boundaries across major industries like healthcare, law, and finance.
Moving into Section 2, the 4 career paths and the evolution of the role.
So the role definitely didn't die. It evolved. And it evolved into 4 very specific paths of engineering. Let's explore where you might actually fit in. Path number 1 is the technical prompt engineer. Now, this is the most technical route for sure. You're working directly at AI companies, places like Anthropic, OpenAI, or maybe large enterprise teams, and you're designing overarching prompt architectures. You're running systematic experiments, evaluating outputs. So for this, you absolutely need strong analytical skills and the familiarity with Python to run programmatic evaluations. It's highly technical, yes, but senior roles here are hitting up to $220,000. Then we've got path number 2, the AI solutions designer, and the data actually suggests this is the fastest growing path right now. This is where prompt engineering perfectly meets product thinking and user experience. So, if you happen to have a background in UX design, copywriting, or product management, this is custom built for you. You aren't coding deep evaluation frameworks here. Instead, you're defining AI conversation flows, user decision trees, and those hidden system prompts. You know, the underlying rules that actually shape an AI's personality and its user guardrails.
Path number 3 is the domain-specialized prompt engineer. This is where you combine prompt engineering with deep existing industry expertise. Think contract law, clinical healthcare, or complex financial regulations. Taking AI skills and mixing them with irreplaceable niche knowledge makes this the absolute highest compensated single path. I mean, a prompt engineer who truly understands clinical terminology can build a medical AI that doesn't make dangerous mistakes. Very few candidates offer both AI fluency and deep domain knowledge, which is exactly why senior specialists in this path regularly exceed $200,000 globally.
And that brings us to the 4th path, the freelance AI consultant. The economics on this path are honestly staggering. If you worked independently to help companies audit and optimize their AI systems, working just 20 billable hours a week at the verified standard rate of $150 an hour, that gets you to a staggering $156,000 a year. And the absolute best part is you can do this from literally anywhere on Earth, as long as you have the portfolio to back it up.
All right, Section 3, the 2026 skill stack, or basically what actually gets you hired.
There's a really stark contrast in the market today. Back in 2022, if you could write clear prompts, provide context, and maybe know when to use few-shot examples, which is basically just giving the AI a couple of sample answers to copy, that was considered magical. Today, that's just table stakes. It's the baseline equivalent of knowing how to type. The real value, the real money, is in building, testing frameworks, understanding retrieval-augmented generation, AI safety, and basic Python. Basic prompting alone just doesn't justify a 6-figure salary anymore.
So, according to the research, what specifically do you need in your toolkit? First, RAG design, knowing how to design AI systems that actually retrieve real factual data before they answer.
Second, AI safety and output governance. You have to ensure the system doesn't hallucinate or create massive legal liabilities. Third is basic Python for prompt automation. And hey, just to reassure anyone watching who isn't super technical, this specifically means writing simple scripts to automate testing. It does not mean becoming a full-blown software engineer. Fourth is that deep domain knowledge we talked about. And lastly, if you want certifications that genuinely hold weight in the industry, strictly look at Anthropic, DeepLearning.ai, and Google.
Section 4. Global Salary Realities and Remote Empowerment.
Now, for anyone tuning in from outside the US, the salary realities here are fascinating. In the US, ranges sit between 90K and 220K plus. The UK is offering up to 130K, with legal and finance really leading the charge. Over in Europe, we're seeing massive English language remote hiring up to 140K. APAC is heavily driven by Singapore acting as a major AI hub. But the emerging markets, sitting at 40K to 90K, reveal what researchers are actually calling the global salary leveling effect. Because this work is language-based and deliverable-based, a skilled practitioner in Brazil, Nigeria, Poland, or the Philippines can earn USD-denominated salaries just by working remotely. It's genuinely location-independent empowerment.
Section 5. Your 90-day action plan. Let's look at an actionable blueprint.
To prove this isn't all just theory, the sources map out a really actionable 90-day blueprint. Days 1 to 30, build fluency. Don't just chat with AI, actually evaluate it. Critique ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini every single day. Take Anthropic's free course and start documenting a personal prompt library. Days 31 to 60, build your foundation. Take the DeepLearning.ai course to get that basic Python automation down, pick your one domain specialty, and build your very first simple RAG pipeline. Then, days 61 to 90, build a public portfolio. Publish 3 case studies online. The overwhelming consensus is that a documented portfolio showing your iterations, and yes, even your failures, will always beat a basic certificate in an interview. You have to show them how you think.
Finally, Section 6, the final word. Evolve and build.
Bringing this all together, the demand didn't vanish. It just evolved into 4 distinct, lucrative paths of engineering. Because ultimately, intelligence is language-based, and intelligence has no passport. As the source material perfectly puts it, everyone said prompt engineering was dead. The job postings tripled. The people who kept building won. The underlying skills became far more embedded in real products, and the financial rewards got much larger, not smaller, for those who actually adapted.
So, we want to leave you with this question to kickstart your journey today. Which of the 4 paths are you building toward? Are you going to be the technical engineer, the solutions designer, the domain specialist, or the global freelance consultant? The roadmap is literally right in front of you. Pick your path, start building that prompt library, and we'll see you in our next explainer.